Greetings, kings and queens who may or may not see this live and who may be watching this sometime later as a recording. Uh, Hello, hello. Thank you to those of you who are here watching me live, and uh, and thanks in advance for those of you who will watch this at some point later. Um, so when you see this, I know you probably will be thinking to yourself, what is going on? Because she does not usually go live at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday. Like, is this going to be the new Always a Queen, the Metamorphosis live time? The answer to that is no. No, I'm not going to start going live at 12 o'clock every Tuesday. I may do it from time to time, like I'm doing right now. Hello, Charmaine. Welcome in, Queen. Thank you so much for being here. Um, so, I am doing this right now because I just felt moved to do it. Somehow in my spirit, I just felt like I should do this. And I am practicing, I am learning to be more obedient when I feel an instruction in my spirit. I don't know if that resonates with you as you are listening, but this is something that I am currently working on. And I felt like a strong urge to go live at 12 o'clock on a Tuesday as the first live of 2023. So this may not become a norm for me to just go live in the middle of the day on a weekday, but if I feel moved to do it again, I probably will do it again, in the spirit of being obedient to instruction, right? So here I am. But just to reassure you, these Sunday evening lives are going to continue. As a matter of fact, the first Sunday evening live of 2023 is coming up this Sunday. So I'll just go ahead and say that now. I do plan to go live this Sunday evening. And so you will probably see me, put up a flyer or something about that later this week. So I invite you to join me this Sunday for that live. As I said, first live of 2023. Well, the second one, this is actually the first one. I just wanted to share some things with you today. So it's not really coincidental that I opted to do this first live today on March 21 because we are just starting spring. And I know that some of you are probably listening to me from parts of the world where you don't really get to see the four seasons changing drastically. But for those of you who are, you know that yesterday, March 20th, actually marked the first day of spring. So, yay, spring is here, winter is over, thank goodness. We had enough of the cold weather. But yesterday marked the first day of spring, the start of what we refer to as the spring equinox. And this is actually the first day of the astrological new year, or yesterday was, at least. Now, I know that we go by the Gregorian calendar, and according to the Gregorian calendar, the new year is January 1. I'm okay with that. However, astrologically, the new year begins in spring, in keeping with the flow of the universe. As we look outside, we see the universe waking up and literally coming back to life in spring. The Gregorian calendar that we follow, that starts the year or that commemorates the new year on the 1st of January, actually sees us starting the new year in the dead of winter, literally in the dead of winter on the 1st of January, because the entire universe is in winter during that period of time. Like literally everything is asleep, everything is hibernating, everything is shut down, everything is dead. Quite literally, the trees are not bearing anything. No flowers are springing. All the animals are hibernating. Nothing is happening on the 1st of January. Literally. It is a season of silence and hibernation and darkness. For real. And like I said, this is really when the Gregorian calendar has us celebrating a new year. It's not really the ideal time to celebrate a new year, is it? No. And so that is probably why, for a lot of people, the whole idea of setting New Year resolutions and fresh starts and all of those things, sometimes it just doesn't resonate on the 1st of January because we're in the dead of winter. And so sometimes we just don't feel motivated or driven to really have a fresh start at that point, because it is literally separating us from the rest of nature, because all the rest of nature is hibernating and sleeping at that point. And we are very much a part of nature. I mean, it would be naive for us to think that as human beings, we are not a part of the universe. We form a part of the universe. We are very much a part of nature. And so the question is, what makes us think that if the universe is flowing in this direction, that we should be flowing in the opposite direction? It doesn't usually work out that way. We need to be flowing with the universe. Like truly, because we are a part of creation. And if all of creation is hibernating in the dead of winter, which is January, then what are we doing? Trying to make New Year resolutions and fresh starts at that time. And I'm not knocking it. If this is what you want to do that. I'm not saying that it's impossible, that it could never work. Of course it can. Many people make New Year resolutions and keep them, but also many people make New Year resolutions and don't keep them at all. Like they just go straight out the window by the end of January. And this is a fact, and I'm sure you all know this. And could it be because we are just not in alignment with the universe when we are doing that? Could it be that we are trying to create a fresh start at a point when the universe is not really primed to help us with that? I'm just throwing some questions out there, just something for you to think about. And so I say all that to say that it is not coincidental that I waited until now to jumpstart the programming on the Always a Queen, the Metamorphosis platform. I did this very intentionally this year because now is when I feel like I am ready. And it is not coincidental. I feel ready now because I feel aligned with what is happening in nature right now. This is a time for a fresh start. Charmaine says spring is a lovely time of the year, a time for fresh new beginnings. I absolutely 100% agree. Truer words have never been spoken. That is spot on. Spring is when the universe wakes up. It literally is. And that is why I decided to entitle this live Happy New Year. So if anybody thought, okay, she has lost her mind, she does not realize that we are already 3 months into 2023. No, I have not lost my mind. I do know what date it is. Um, but I still entitle this live Happy New Year. And I want to officially say Happy New Year to all the followers of the Always Queen the Metamorphosis platform, and to thank you for still being here in this new year, because this is the astrological new year. It really is. So happy new year to you all. I want to be a part of whatever fresh starts and new beginnings you have planned for this year. I hope that this platform will help to provide some of the energy that you need to go after whatever it is that you plan to go after in this new year. Because we truly are a part of nature. And so I want us to start waking up and bearing flowers like the trees are about to start doing any moment now, because it's spring, right? And so this is very organically, very naturally a time to start moving like old, stuck energy out of the way, like we have been stagnating and sleeping and hibernating for a while. And spring is a time to start cleaning out. You know, that's why people talk about spring cleaning, because this is the time to start moving and renewing and refreshing and purging and detoxing and all of those things. This is literally the ideal time to be doing this. And when we talk about purging and freeing and detoxing and cleansing and all of that, I am not just talking physically, because you should be doing that physically now as well. Now is a perfect time for that too. But I'm talking in all areas of your life. The purging and the cleansing, all the quote unquote spring cleaning. This is the time in the physical, in the spiritual, in the psychological, the emotional, in all areas of your life. Now is the time. Now is the time to stop stagnating, to stop procrastinating, to stop putting off all those changes that you have been called to make. Like you got an instruction in your spirit to make certain changes, to abandon certain lifestyles or mindsets or habits or relationships or behaviors or just whatever. Now is the time. Now, Happy New Year. Now is the time to do it, right now. This is the moment in which the universe is primed to support you in doing this work. This is the ideal time to start doing it now, right? And so that is really the message that I have for you today. That is really what prompted me to do this live in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, something I never do, really, as you know. But this is the word for today. This is the message for today. It's time for fresh starts. It's time for taking initiative and not waiting for somebody else to do the thing. Do it yourself. Show up for yourself. Prioritize and center yourself. Take that risk. Make that change. It's time for you to be introspective, to reflect on your life, to take inventory, to take stock, and to start making those sweeping changes. The universe is primed right now to support you and to strengthen you in this work. You have the support right now. It's spring. You are empowered to do this right now. So do it, right? And if you were waiting for confirmation, this is your confirmation. I am here to offer you the confirmation that you have been waiting for, to do the thing that you have been failing to do or afraid to do. Now is the time, now is the time to set those intentions. All of the things that you were doing on the 1st of January, but you were doing it haphazardly or lackluster or without much motivation because you just weren't feeling it. Well, maybe you weren't meant to do it on the 1st of January. Maybe you're meant to do it now. So do the thing, set your intentions. Make that fresh start. Take charge of your life. This is your season of renewal. And don't think that all of the things I'm saying here do not apply to me as well. I am talking to me just as much or maybe more than I am talking to you, because all of this is the work I am currently doing in my own life. I am not saying anything here today that I am not applying to my own life currently. So we're in this together. We are literally in this together. You are not alone. I am not alone. Let's do this. Okay? It's a season of renewal. It's a season of change. This is your fresh start. This is it. Today, Tuesday, March 21, 2023. Happy New Year. So that is really what I wanted to say today. That is the message. That's the message for today. I really hope that it resonates with you. And if it did, share it. Share it with your friends. Share it with your family and invite them to come back to the Always a Queen platform. Let me just stick a plug in here and encourage you all to follow, like, and subscribe all of the Always a Queen, the Metamorphosis pages on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, and encourage your friends to do so as well. I am going to be back here on Sunday for the first Sunday evening live of 2023. And so I encourage you to tune in for that. That promises to be very good. So I look forward to seeing you all there. And before I log off, Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year and happy new beginnings. Thank you, Mercy, and thank you, Charmaine. Thank you, Janique, also for being here with me. Thank you so much for tuning in for this little quick impromptu live broadcast that I'm doing here. So before I end the broadcast, Oh, Manifa. Oh, girl. Listen, Queen. I have never been happier to see somebody log into a live broadcast. And Manifa knows why. She knows why. Oh, Queen. Blessed love, Queen. It is good to see you. Um, so, yeah, before we end this broadcast, uh, I just want to just encourage you once again to, step out in faith this new year and do the things that you have been wanting to do and haven't done. We're all going to be doing it this new year. It's not just you, it's me, it's all of us. Let's do it together, right? And so I encourage you to really think about, and you know what? Don't just think about it. If you're inspired to, share it in the comment section of this video. Don't share anything private that you don't want to. If you are inspired to do so, only if you're inspired to, share it in the chat section of this video. And you can share it in the chat section even after the live video has ended. And share with us so that we can be inspired too. What it is that you're looking forward to changing in this new year. What is it that you are most looking forward to renewing? What fresh start are you most excited about in this new year? What is that going to look like for you? Fresh starts usually require that we show up authentically. Fresh starts usually require that we speak our truth. That usually kind of just goes hand in hand. Whenever you see people making sweeping changes in their lives, it's usually accompanied by them finally speaking their truth and showing up authentically, and centering themselves and what they need versus centering other people and what other people need. So if you're inspired to share, tell me what that's going to look like for you in this new year, in this new season. What is that going to look like for you? What areas of your life are you most excited about working on in this new year? What new intentions and new goals have you set for yourself? If you're inspired to share, share with us in the chat section so that we can be motivated to, and so that we can motivate each other. Yeah, we can do that. And like I said, you can type in the chat section. Even after the live video has ended, the chat section will still be open and you can interact in the chat section. And so I hope some of you will share. Even if you watch this later as a recording, you're still welcome to share. Whatever you would want to share in the comment section with us. And we will motivate and inspire each other in this new year. And that's it for today. Charmaine says, I need motivation to be more physically active this year. Listen, sis, me too. Me too. Me too. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in my live broadcast this coming Sunday. And I'm going to share a few health challenges that I have been facing over the course of the last few months. And among the things that I really need to do and start getting very serious about is being more physically active. So Charmaine, when I tell you that I feel you, I mean it literally. We are in the same boat. So I'm going to talk some more about that on Sunday. In my live this coming Sunday afternoon, 6 o'clock this Sunday. So I encourage you to join. And if there's anybody else in here who also needs to get more physically active, let's encourage Charmaine. Let's chime in and let's do this. Let's do this. It's a new year. It's a new year. All right. So that's all I've got for you today. Thank you again for those of you who joined me for this very short and very brief live podcast today. Thanks for being here. Thanks for interacting with me. And you know how we always end, as usual. Even though we are already kind of halfway through the week, I am still going to encourage you to be a beautiful week. I'll see you on Sunday. Bye, everyone.